Let's see. What do we want to salvage today? There's a very hard, heavy cargo gecko. Sounds like it could be fun. I'm gonna see if I can get every single bit of it, as close as possible. Salvaged up. For anybody who didn't see my video, this is the new barge that they put in. It's a much larger space, and things that go down here can't come back up, but they don't snap into place anymore. And this is cleared between shifts. It's very useful. Makes it a lot easier. You can salvage as much as you like.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Material deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels increasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels increasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Air pressure level decreasing. Air pressure level decreasing.
Pretty clear. Alright, let's start taking this thing apart. Everything is vented. I didn't notice that that was titanium there, but that's alright. first I'm just basically cutting everything up. All of these structural points need to be cut.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
What do you mean the new air lunks? Oh, I guess you haven't played in a little while? These are sorta new. They come apart a lot easier. I mean, these have been around for a couple months now. They're a lot easier to take apart than the old ones. Yeah, this one? Yeah. The newest thing in the last patch was the barge. And that I love. It empties between shifts and it's much, much deeper. And now things don't pop into a specific point, they just go in there and then they're counted. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've been playing Dice and Sphere program lately. Haven't had much time for this, that's why I wanted to get back into it. There's also a couple of new music tracks you'll hear. Hey Failing Adam, how's it going, man? We're cutting apart spaceships. It's a very satisfying game. I mean, you're cutting things apart and sorting them into bins. Wrestling, huh? That's pretty cool.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
Who's your favorite wrestler? You heard they were doing a little research. Are we talking about Dyson Sphere or this game that you're wary of playing? Oh, yes, so with 0.4.0 we're getting the first chapter of the story, and that will come with a progress reset. So you are correct. But, I mean, the way they release patches, that might be months from now. Who knows?
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Aleister Black? Okay. I don't know a lot about wrestling. But until it comes on, I'll be happy to entertain you by cutting ships up.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I mean, they probably don't have an ETA right now. This was just released a few days ago. I don't know how close they are to the storyline stuff and the next patch. I feel like it'd be unrealistic to expect it in the next month if they just release this one, but it's hard to say, really. They've been kind of irregular. I still have fun with this game, though.
Credits transferred.
The barge was my biggest issue with this game, and they fixed it with this patch, so I'm very happy.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh yeah, I'll do a javelin class next. They're a lot of fun. I actually just released the first of a video of me salvaging a javelin onto my YouTube. I cut it up by shift, so the rest of them will be out in a few days.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
They do. They have a cutoff. But it depends on which one you're talking about. But we'll do one in a minute. I can take a look. So the larger javelins with the fuel manifold that goes out to the 8 nacelles, they have a fuel cutoff on the manifold next to the tank, where those 4 lines come out. The ones with a single thruster in the back, they have a safety cutoff at the back. And since there's only one safety cutoff switch, it never fails. It doesn't explode or anything. There are safe ways to salvage them, though. Careful now. Don't want to break that open. Talk about the manifold. Yeah, it's actually on the fuel manifold. There's a little shut-off switch that drains all of the lines. Tell you what, after this guy, I'll find one and I'll show you. Actually, I'm not too worried about this. Let me go find one real quick.
Credits deposited.
Like you said, there's a progression reset, so I'm not too worried about
1 minute left,
making
Cutter.
money or anything.
Time to start wrapping things up.
I'm just here to have fun. Let me find one of those guys. Like the heavy cargo javelins usually have them. No. Refueling. Heavy cargo javelin right here. We'll grab this guy and see. So yeah, this has got the manifold. So see right here, there's a switch. Fuel shut off. And now it's safe to cut these lines. And then in the rear, to disengage the thruster, there's a little shut-off switch on the thruster itself.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
I need to go in here to vent it anyway.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Wait, is this back out?
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Yeah.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
I need to go up. So for the thruster, the way these switches work, in the geckos, there are 3 of these emergency override switches, and you have to hit them quickly enough, or else they'll start spewing fire and death everywhere. Since there's only 1 of them on this ship, you can hit it, and there's no chance of it. Wow, that was loud. Sorry, let me turn that down. I apologize. There's no chance of it exploding or anything because there's only 1 of them. Wow, that was loud. If anybody was wearing headphones, I'm really sorry. I usually don't do this in atmosphere, so I forgot how loud that was.
Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Just trying to vent everything.
Airlock pressure levels
These
increasing.
side cockpits always have air in them.
Airlock pressure levels dropping. Air pressure level decreasing.
But then to take the fuel tank out, you can just use your grappler on the small tank behind it, and now it's free. Come on. Well, it's stuck in there because of all the lines, but these things are no longer connected to them. So if I cut this very carefully, like so, there we go. See, it's still stuck in there because of the aluminum, but yeah. Recommended order of the Javelin. I vent the front and back, and then I usually go from the front to the back and slowly just take it apart. That's if I'm trying to salvage everything. Sometimes I just go for what's on the order. Sometimes I try to salvage everything. I'll go for everything this time. We'll see what happens. Like sometimes I just take my time and sort the entire ship out. Nope.
Airlock pressure levels dropping. Air pressure level decreasing. Air pressure level decreasing.
That looks painful. Look at my hand. Crack. The hell of a stretch. But I usually just go front to back, just slowly disassembling things. The front's really easy to take apart, generally speaking.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Just always vent everything first, because as soon as you pull the power, you can't vent anything anymore. Not safely. You disconnect the power generator, then none of the controls work.
Pressure levels increasing. Air pressure level decreasing. Pressure level decreasing.
So
Salvage deposit
once you've
accepted.
vented everything, I
Credits
usually go
transferred.
across and grab all the external modules.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Get in there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
These cargo containers are actually worth a fair bit, so I always try to grab these. If I care about the money. If I don't, then whatever. Get in there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So when you attach a tether to something that can be loosened with the grappler, the tether does the same thing. Like if I grab this and hold it with the grappler, it loosens it. If you do that with the tether, it also does the exact same thing. See? Takes the exact same amount of time and everything. The tether is basically the same thing as the grappler, just unattended.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
You can tell I've done this a few times, huh?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I was actually compiling things for like a tips video. That's probably something I'll add in.
Salvage secured.
No, they're not hard mounts. You can remove the mounting points for these, but the mounts go to the processor, so it's kind of pointless. Cutting these, I mean, you can do that too if you want to, but you can always just unbolt them or whatever. Also, the armor plates on this, I always cut going backwards because it's really easy to cut through the hull and do something bad if you're aiming. Sorry, I always aim forward along the ship because there are some sections of these javelins that are made of titanium, and they don't really look different, but you can cut right through them by accident. So I usually just try to aim forward. The forward section is almost always nanocarbon. You can accidentally cause a breach because, let's see if this section has any. Yeah, so the compartment around this airlock has air in it.
Deposit accepted.
It's like leaked out of the airlocks, and there's no way to safely vent these. See how the dots are green on my scanner for the compartment? There's no way to get that air out safely. And if you breach this section here somehow, then that'll just explode the side of the ship. I have a way to do it later on, and I'll show you. Probably not the only method, but it's my preferred. I'm just going backwards along the ship, removing all of the external stuff. Armor plating.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
This one I'm going to take a little care because I don't want to cut through that cockpit. Did I already get the bottom? No, not yet. This is one of the new music tracks. I'm not 100% in love with the new music.
Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We were out.
I always separate the ship here. It makes this all easier to work with later on. Because this cuts it into 3 pieces essentially, once I get rid of this airlock. Which I will do, but not yet. So now I'm going to cut the modules, or the nacelles out.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Now you do not have to break this. I'd like to, just to separate it from the rest of the ship.
Credits deposited.
But you can absolutely salvage the ship without using demo charges. It's one of the complaints I saw on the forum, that's why I said that. Somebody was complaining that you can't salvage the new ships without demo charges. You totally can. Let's move you back in. I don't want to explode you. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm putting my demo charges on opposite sides so that when they are sequenced and they detonate, it doesn't throw the ship around too much. I still think they need to lower the physics kick on these by a significant amount. But doing it that way kind of counterbalances the pieces. I'm just going to move it away from the rest of the ship if I can. Oh, I haven't separated it here yet. Only got a minute left. I think I can get this done.
Cutter, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this ship.
Stuck. Now I just need to cut these and we'll have 3 separate sections to deal with. There. Alright, that's everything I'll do this shift.